That's what you want it to look like. Like I say, this is the first layer, and you always want to start from the top to the bottom. So I'll start right here and just making sure that I get an even layer of salt. That's the most important part, to make it even. I've seen where people just glob it down and want it even, because you gotta imagine every slice and you gotta imagine every bite. See what I mean? A brisket can handle that seasoning, I'm telling y'all. Don't be shy, let it pat down right there. Pat it on down, let it get in there. That's where your flavor's coming from. You wanna make sure that salt is sticking on the sides. And if I let this brisket set a little while, what the salt will do is bring the water up out the brisket if you let that brisket set. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue on with the process. After we did that, you see how we got an even layer of seasoning all the way around, so I'm knowing that I got enough salt in that brisket. And we used to do heavy amounts of black pepper, but what we realized is with those heavy amounts and you get to smoking that brisket, it don't do nothing but flake up and it doesn't look pleasant. We've toned the pepper down to just a light coat. And what you could do is, if you want to make sure that you get it, what this is just a little something to help the pepper stick. And I'll give you the recipe to this as well. That's what that's gonna do. That's gonna help that pepper stick. And we're gonna make that nice in a nice even layer. This is how you get the perfect brisket, y'all. It don't have to be a real heavy layer. You just want some pepper on that bad boy. So I think I like the way that looks. You could put more if you want to. Like I say, what's gonna happen if you pile this up with pepper, it's just gonna flake up when the heat hit it. But if you want a perfect brisket, do it like this. Pat it down a little bit. I might even hit it with a little bit more spray to make sure that seasoning is holding on there. Just like that. Flip it on over, and we'll do the same thing again. Remember, all I'm looking at and thinking about is those slices, and I'm making sure that the brisket has enough salt on it. Because if you under-season that brisket, can't go back. And that's another thing that I taught them. You know, you want to try to get it right the first time. Ain't nothing like saying, oh, that brisket ain't got no flavor. We're gonna make sure it got flavor. And there you have it. I'm gonna do the spray again. Remember, that spray is to make that pepper hold. See them crystals? Nice, pretty layer. You don't want it too thick, you want it nice. And that's Texas in every way. This is how you're gonna get your best results with a brisket. And you can go heavy on the pepper, it's all optional. But I'm showing you how I do mine. And then we serve them up out the restaurant. And every one of them looks outstanding due to this method right here. I'm opening it up and I'm giving you a method to make your brisket look spectacular. See what I mean? Don't want to think about that, huh? Side and hit you a little bit more if you want to. That's Texas in every way. Texas style smoked brisket, lesbbq.com.